More than 4 million non-EU migrants living in Britain will need to switch to digital e-visas by the end of this year or risk being unable to prove their legal rights, according to figures seen by the Observer. Biometric residence permits, BRPS, given to all foreign nationals with permission to live in the UK for at least 6 months, demonstrate proof of an individual right to study, access public services and claim benefits, but they are being replaced under the Home Office digitalization program. Data from the Home Office released under the Freedom of Information Act revealed that 4,066,145 people have BRPS that expire on 31st of December. Despite having legal leave to remain in the UK beyond that date, by the end of this year, they will need to have replaced these physical permits with digital e-visas. The Home Office has already struggled in early attempts to contact those affected, as in some cases, the email addresses they have on the file is for a migrant's lawyer and charities fear migrants could fall foul to the cliff edge deadline. To access their e-visas, people will need to open a UK Visas and Migration digital account. People can still apply for this account after 31st of December, but if they are not aware of new rules, they may only discover this when they are unable to prove their right to return from holiday or claim benefits. Campaigners are warning that the next government must address the 31st of December deadline or risk a disaster. So you see, after the 4th of July election, if the Conservatives do not win, the new government that is coming in must have to address this 31st of December deadline or risk a disaster. The figures were secured from a Home Office by the Helen Bama Foundation, a human rights charity. Zoe Dexter, its housing and welfare manager, said, "It is shocking that the Home Office is rushing through their digitalization plan, which affects millions of people in the UK in a ridiculously quick and chaotic manner." So you see, this charity organization is not finding it funny that the Home Office is rushing this digitalization program, knowing that it affects millions of people in the UK in a ridiculously quick and chaotic manner. A huge number of people are at risk of not being able to prove their right to work, rent, or travel. Many people will unnecessarily lose out on vital benefits because the Department for Work and Pensions also appear to have no plan for implementing this digitalization of IDs. This will adversely affect people who are particularly vulnerable, including refugees and survivors of trafficking and torture. Whoever is in power after the election will have to sort out this huge issue, and we need to ensure that all government departments coordinate better so that millions are not at risk of significant injustice. The Home Office told the Observer that the 4.06 million figure includes some BRP holders who already have an e-visa. However, since the e-visa rollout only began in middle of April, this summer is likely to be limited. Josephine Whittaker of the migrant rights charity Parises said millions of people will be left with no way to prove their rights if the next government plows ahead with the transition to a digital-only visa system by the end of this year. The Windrush scandal showed us clearly that can happen when people have their ability to prove their rights taken away by Home Office blunder. So apparently the UK is supposed to learn from the Windrush scandal of the past and make sure that this time around history does not repeat itself, because this might cause a whole lot of people to sue the Home Office to court and will claim damages, and at the end of the day, it is the taxpayers' money that will be going for it, in which the government could have used this money they will be paying these people to invest in infrastructure, building affordable house system, and building social housing system, and all that will go a long way in easing the life of their citizens.